My name is Sarah Chen. I'm 31 years old, and today I experienced the most satisfying moment of my life. For years, my family thought I was just lucky with my career. At my promotion party today, when they said I was just fortunate, they had no idea that I was actually the founder and owner of the company they were celebrating at. Seeing their shocked faces when they learned the truth was worth everything. Before I dive into this story, let me know where you're watching from in the comments. If you've ever felt underestimated by your family and had to prove your worth on your own terms, this video is for you. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Now let me tell you this story from the very beginning. I grew up in San Francisco, in a middle-class family in the Richmond district. My father, Michael Chen, was the head physician at UCSF Medical Center, and my mother, Linda, was a retired high school teacher. My younger brother, Kevin, was the family's golden boy, 24 years old, a former college soccer player who now played for a semi-professional team and was considered the rising star with potential. I was always the sensible one in the family. While Kevin got all the attention for his athletic achievements, I was the reliable daughter who handled everything behind the scenes. Throughout high school, while Kevin had practice games and nutrition programs as priorities, I would do my own homework and then help Kevin with his assignments too. When I started college at UC Berkeley, the situation got even worse. The fact that I was studying computer science meant I was already doing what I wanted in their eyes. Meanwhile, Kevin's soccer career required constant sacrifices and support from the family. During my junior year summer internship, I started earning real money for the first time. I was working as a summer intern at a private tech startup, gaining experience while earning enough to cover my expenses. When I received my first paycheck, I felt incredibly proud. That's when I met Dr. Marcus Rodriguez, a successful plastic surgeon who had started his own practice at a young age. He noticed me during my internship at a medical technology company and said, "You're really good at this, Sarah. When you graduate, would you consider working with me?" Of course I would consider it. In fact, I'd consider much more than that. Dr. Rodriguez had invited me to be part of the strategic planning for a new clinic he was opening. This opportunity could change my life. But when I told my family about these opportunities, I always got the same response. "What matters is graduating, Sarah. Other things come later." Meanwhile, Kevin's smallest training schedule change required a family meeting, and everyone's schedule was arranged around his needs. This year, everything was different. I had started working with Dr. Rodriguez, taking an active role in the process of opening his new clinic. Actually, Dr. Rodriguez had offered me a partnership. With loans and my savings, I had invested in the clinic opening process. "I want you to be a partner in a clinic that grows with you, Sarah," he had said. "You're not just a doctor. You have business intelligence too." This was really big. At 26, becoming a partner in a clinic before even graduating. But I didn't dare tell my family, because I knew I'd get the response. "You're still a student. Don't get involved in silly ventures." Everything changed last month. When the abdominal pain started, I didn't take it seriously at first. Stress, fatigue, irregular eating. I thought these were normal side effects of being a medical student. But the pain kept getting worse, and I felt a sharp pain in the lower right side of my stomach. Dr. Rodriguez noticed my condition. "Sarah, you might have appendicitis. Go get checked immediately," he said. When I went for the examination, the suspicions were confirmed. I was diagnosed with appendicitis and told I needed emergency surgery. "You need surgery tonight," the doctor said. "If it's delayed, it could perforate, and then it becomes much more dangerous." I picked up my phone and called my mother, the first person in my family. "Mom, I'm at the hospital. I have appendicitis and need surgery tonight." "Oh, Sarah, did this have to happen now? Kevin has a game tonight. It's a very important game. Scouts are coming." "Mom, it's emergency surgery. The doctor said it could be dangerous if delayed." "Okay, honey, your father's on duty anyway. He'll come early tomorrow morning to check on you. Don't worry, we'll come after Kevin's game. Mom, but the surgery is tonight. Sarah, you're being dramatic. Appendicitis isn't a big deal. This game is crucial for Kevin's career. Scouts are coming. Please understand. She hung up. I just sat there in the hospital corridor. At 26 years old, needing surgery, my family thought my brother's soccer game was more important. Dr. Rodriguez came over to me. My family can't come, I said. My brother has a game. I'll never forget the expression on his face. Shock, sadness, and anger mixed together. Sarah, you're going into serious surgery. Your family should be by your side. I know, but Kevin's career is more important. Your career, your health is more important. I'll be by your side. And he was. Dr. Rodriguez waited throughout my surgery and came to check on my condition every day during my recovery. The nurses thought he was my husband. As for my family, they never came. Kevin's game, they lost 2-1. The scouts weren't impressed, but it was important for them to be there. During my recovery, Doctor, Rodriguez and I talked a lot. It wasn't just a doctor-patient relationship. We had formed a real friendship. Sarah, you're very valuable. Your family not seeing it is their loss, he said one day. Sometimes I feel worthless. Never think that way. You're going to be both a wonderful doctor and an amazing business partner. When our clinic opens, you couldn't have achieved this success without you. Yes, the clinic that Dr. Rodriguez and I opened together was now ready. Actually, my clinic. Because Dr. Rodriguez had made me a shocking offer. Sarah, I've caught an opportunity in England, a research position at Oxford. It will last 2 years. Let the clinic be entirely yours. You pay the loans, you take the profits. When I return, we can be partners again, but for now, this clinic is yours. This was an incredible opportunity. At 26, I would have my own clinic. Of course, it was scary too. A big responsibility, a big risk. But Dr. Rodriguez believed in me. You can do it, Sarah. You have both medical knowledge and business intelligence. Plus, patients love you. And it really was true. Patients I had met during my internship were coming back to work with me. I apparently inspired confidence in people. I took on the loans myself. It was a large amount, but thanks to Dr. Rodriguez's references and my past performance, banks approached positively. The clinic was opened in my name, Dr. Sarah Chen Aesthetic and Plastic Surgery Clinic. I didn't tell my family anything, because I knew they would say, "You're still a student. What business do you have opening a clinic?" Meanwhile, my recovery process continued. Due to my surgery leave, I had to stay home for 2 weeks. During these 2 weeks, my family didn't call once to ask how I was doing. Finally, I called my mother to ask about the situation. "Mom, nobody called for 2 weeks. Weren't you curious about how I was doing, whether I was recovering?" "Oh, honey, you must have recovered by now. It wasn't a major surgery. Besides, Kevin's transfer came through. We're very busy." "Transfer? What transfer, Mom?" "Oh, didn't you know? Kevin was called to try out for a Division I team. We're very excited. We're all going as a family." "As a family? Am I included?" "You're still recovering, honey. You shouldn't tire yourself. Besides, you need to return to school." I was excluded again. That night, I cried a lot. At 26, having my own clinic, being a successful doctor candidate with a bright future, but in my family's eyes, I was still a second-class citizen. The next day, Dr. Rodriguez called. "Sarah, our clinic opening is next week. Patient appointments are starting to fill up. Are you ready?" "I'm ready," I said with determination. "By the way, did you tell your family about the situation?" "Number, I haven't told them yet." "Don't you want to invite them to the opening?" "I don't know. I can't predict how they'll react." "Sarah, you've accomplished something wonderful. You have your own clinic at 26. You should be proud of this, and your family should see it." He was right. Why was I hiding it? This was my success. While planning the clinic opening, I decided to send an opening invitation to my family. I had a formal invitation prepared. "You're invited to the opening of Dr. Sarah Chen Aesthetic and Plastic Surgery Clinic." Under it, it also said Dr. Sarah Chen, founder. I decided to deliver the invitation by hand. My mother and father were home. Kevin had come back from training. "I have news for you," I said, entering the living room. "What news, honey?" my mother said, looking at the TV. I put the invitation on the table. "You're invited to the clinic opening." "Sarah, what does this mean? Are you founding the clinic?" "Yes, Dad. I was working with Dr. Rodriguez. He went to England. The clinic became entirely mine." "How did it become entirely yours?" "You're still a student." "I have 2 months until graduation, Dad. I also have a business license. I've completed all the necessary paperwork." My mother was looking in shock. "Daughter, this is a big responsibility. Can you handle this?" "Mom, I've been working for this for 2 years. Of course I can handle it." Kevin was playing games on his phone at the time and didn't even look up. "So how is the financing?" my father said. "Opening a clinic is very expensive." I took out a loan. Dr. Rodriguez was my guarantor, and I had my savings too. "What savings, daughter?" "You're a student." "I've been working for 2 years, Dad. My internship money, part-time jobs. That's how I saved." My father frowned. "Sarah, this is very risky. You're still inexperienced. Maybe you should have waited until Dr. Rodriguez returned." "Dad, if I don't seize this opportunity, it might never come again." "Daughter," my mother said, "you've always been hasty. If you were patient like Kevin, it would be better." Patient like Kevin. Kevin had been playing soccer for 6 years and was still in semi-professional league. I had founded my own clinic in 2 years, but I was the impatient one. "Mom, I'm not impatient. I evaluate opportunities." "I hope you don't regret it," my father said. "Medicine is a very serious profession, not a game." That evening, the opening invitation topic wasn't discussed further. I felt like I had done something that wouldn't be well received. The next day, Kevin called me. "Sis, is this clinic thing serious?" "Yes, Kevin, very serious." "Wow, you were always smart, but I didn't expect this much." For the first time, I was getting a positive reaction from my brother. "Will you come to the opening?" "Of course I will. This is a huge success." At least Kevin understood. We made big preparations for the clinic opening. We hired a professional event company, got catering, publicized the invitation. Local newspapers also wanted to report on it. 26-year-old young doctor opens her own clinic was a very interesting story. When the opening day came, I was very excited. I had put on my blue dress, tied my hair up, and looked perfect. The clinic also looked amazing. Modern equipment, elegant decoration, professional environment. Guests started arriving. Dr. Rodriguez connected via video conference from England. My former professors, internship friends, some of my patients. A nice crowd formed. My family came too. My father had put on a suit. My mother had chosen an elegant dress. Kevin was also dressed nicely. But there was more curiosity than pride on their faces. "Sarah, this place turned out really beautiful," my mother said, looking around. "But it must have been expensive." "Yes, Mom, expensive but worth the investment." "I hope you find customers," my father said. "These businesses aren't easy." Just then, our clinic manager, Mrs. Wilson, came over to us, saying, "Dr. Sarah, your patients have already started calling. Next month's appointment calendar is almost full." My family was surprised. "What do you mean? You haven't even opened yet, but you have patients," my mother said. "Mom, I've been working with these patients for 2 years. They know me. They trust me." At that moment, a reporter from the local newspaper arrived. "Is it possible to interview Dr. Sarah Chen? We want to report on her as the youngest doctor to open her own clinic at 26 inches. My family was even more surprised. Reporters were coming for my clinic. During the interview, my family stood in the background. The reporter asked, "Doctor, Sarah, how does it feel to open your own clinic at such a young age?" "Very exciting. I've been dreaming of this for 2 years, and it finally came true." "How did you get support from your family?" When my family heard this question, they tensed up a bit. My family has always supported me," I said diplomatically. But this wasn't actually true. I hadn't received any support. They had even created obstacles. During the event, Dr. Rodriguez gave a speech via video conference. "Sarah, you are an incredible talent. This clinic is your vision, your effort. I'm very proud." When my family heard these words, they were even more impressed. A foreign doctor was praising me this much, but they were still skeptical. At the end of the event, we talked with my family a bit. "Sarah, this is really big work," my father said. "How did you accomplish this?" "I worked very hard, Dad. I made plans through the nights, took care of patients, did research on business development." "When did you do these things?" "We never noticed," my mother said, "because I didn't share them with you. I knew you wouldn't care." This came out a bit harsh, but it was true. "Daughter, of course we care. You're our daughter," my mother said. "Really? Did you care when I had surgery?" There was silence. "Sarah, that incident was different," my father said. "It was a critical moment for Kevin's career. I was also at a critical moment in a hospital bed, Dad." Kevin intervened at that moment. "Sis is right. We were unfair that day." For the first time, Kevin was defending me. "Okay, there may have been mistakes in the past," my father said, "but now we're proud of you." Pride? Just because they saw I was successful? After the event ended, when I got home, I was very tired but also very happy. My dream had come true. I had my own clinic. The next day, my mother called. "Sarah, I couldn't sleep at all last night. How did you really manage such a big business?" "Mom, I've been trying to explain for 2 years, but nobody was listening." "We were listening to you, honey." "No, Mom, you weren't listening. Kevin's training, games, transfers were always the priority. My work was always second." "Don't exaggerate so much, Sarah." "I'm not exaggerating, Mom. You weren't even by my side when I was having surgery." There was silence on the phone. "Sarah, you're right about that. I'm very sorry." It was the first time I heard an apology from my mother. But what do we do now? How can we make up for it? "Just acknowledge my existence from now on, Mom." "Of course we'll acknowledge you. You're a doctor. Sarah now, clinic owner Sarah." After the clinic opened, business went very well. Patients were satisfied, appointments were full, income was even better than I had planned. By the end of the first month, my loan payment plan was easily met, and I even saved some money. But what really changed was my relationship with my family. Now they introduced me as Dr. Sarah. When relatives came, they would boast, "Our daughter opened her own clinic, she's very successful." Kevin's training was still important, but now my work was important too. When I had patient appointments, they would say, "Sarah has work, we'll talk later." One day my father came to the clinic. "Sarah, I want to tour here. I want to see my daughter's workplace." I gave him a tour of the clinic. I explained every room, every device, every detail. My father was very impressed. "Daughter, you've done this job really well. I've been in the medical community for 30 years, but I've seen very few people who showed such vision at your age." Hearing these words from my father was very valuable. "Thank you, Dad. I want your support from now on, too." "Of course you'll get it. I want to help you, too." And he really started helping. My father made referrals to me from his own hospital connections. He recommended me, saying, "My daughter is a very talented plastic surgeon." My mother changed too. Now she was visiting me at the clinic, coming to see how I interacted with patients. "You greet patients very well, Sarah. You were really born to be a doctor." As for Kevin's transfer didn't work out. The Division I team informed him after tryouts that they wouldn't give him a place. He was a bit disappointed. One evening he called me. "Sis, can you talk to me?" "Of course, Kevin. What happened?" "This transfer thing didn't work out. I guess I'm not as good at soccer as I wanted to be." "Kevin, you're still very young. Other opportunities will come up." "I don't know, sis. Sometimes I think about being successful in another field like you." "Which field interests you?" "Actually, I'm thinking about studying sports management. I don't want to quit soccer, but maybe I can be involved in a different way, not as a player." This was a very logical thought. "I think it's a great idea. If you want, I can research which universities provide good education." "Would you do that?" "I'd be very happy." For the first time, Kevin was asking for help from me, and I was very happy to help. 3 months after the clinic opening, a very important development occurred. Istanbul's largest private hospital brought me an offer. They wanted to incorporate my clinic into their organization. It was a very big offer, both financially and career-wise. But before making a decision, I wanted to talk to my family. Now their opinions mattered to me too. We had a family meeting, this time with my agenda. I received an important offer, I said. A large hospital chain wants me to join them. What does this mean? My father said. My clinic will join their organization, and I'll become their chief plastic surgeon. I'll continue to operate my own clinic and also work in their system. What does this mean financially? My mother asked. It will be 3 times my current income. My family was shocked. 3 times? My father said. How much are you earning now? They had never asked this question. For the first time, I was going to tell them my real income. I'm currently earning $20,000 a month. If I accept the offer, this will become $60,000. Silence. Complete silence. $20,000? My mother said. Monthly? Yes, Mom. The clinic is going very well. My father put his tea glass on the table. Sarah, you're earning more than me. It was true. My father was earning $14,000 monthly salary as the head physician of a state hospital. I'm a doctor with 30 years of experience, my father said. You're 26 years old and earning more than me. This situation was very shocking for them. Dad, you're in the public sector. I'm in the private sector. This is normal. Normal? My mother said. You're 26 years old, Sarah. And I worked very hard for this, Mom, Kevin said at that moment. Wow, sis, you're really very successful. I never understood. That evening, family dynamics completely changed. Now they were taking me seriously, not just as a successful girl, but with real respect. I accepted the offer. I joined the large hospital chain, and my career really accelerated rapidly. 6 months later, we're at a family dinner again. But this time, I'm managing the head of the table. How is Kevin's application to the sports management department going? I asked. Thanks to you, it's going very well, sis, Kevin said. I got accepted to University of Southern California from the universities you researched. This is great. Congratulations. My mother intervened. Sarah, we need some support for Kevin's school expenses. You're in a very good position now. Here it was starting again. But this time it was different. Of course, Mom, I'll do whatever is needed for Kevin's education. But I have a condition. What condition? My father said. Kevin shouldn't be grateful to me. This is family solidarity. Just like when I had surgery, you should have been by my side but weren't. Now I'm by Kevin's side. But this means there won't be such injustice again. There was silence at the table. Sarah, we're really very sorry about that, my mother said. I was sorry too, Mom. But it's in the past now. What matters is that we support each other from now on. My father reached out and squeezed my hand. Daughter, you've really matured. You're smarter than us, I guess. Dad, I'm not trying to be smart. I'm just trying to be fair, Kevin said at that moment. Sis, I want to apologize to you too. I was very selfish for years. You always supported me, but I was never by your side. Kevin, you're my brother. I love you. Whatever happened in the past, if we support each other now, that's enough. That evening was very pleasant. For the first time, we felt like a real family. 3 months later, my position at the large hospital chain became much stronger. They appointed me as the director of the plastic surgery department. Becoming a department director at 27 was a great success. Now my mother brags about me at every opportunity. My daughter became a department director at 27. We're very proud. My father also introduces me in professional circles. My daughter is very successful in plastic surgery. She manages doctors older than herself. Kevin is very successful in the sports management department. His grades are high, his professors are satisfied. One day he called me, Sis, I have an opportunity to do a club internship. I can intern at the LA Galaxy, but the internship is unpaid. Plus I'll have clothing and transportation expenses. Great opportunity, Kevin. How much do you need? $1,200 monthly would be enough, but I really don't want to constantly take money from you. Kevin, you're my brother. Supporting your education is an honor for me. Besides, you're working very hard too. You deserve it. And he really deserved it. Kevin was very different now. Not just soccer-focused, but a young man with real goals. A year later, my family's approach to me had completely changed. Now I was the family's source of pride, but this time in a healthy way. My parents now support both me and Kevin equally. They're proud of my achievements, but they're not neglecting Kevin either. Kevin's internship went very well. He got an offer to stay at LA Galaxy. Of course, he was very happy. "Sis, I couldn't have reached this point without you," he said. "You worked, Kevin. I just supported you. But I wasn't by your side when you had surgery. You were always by my side. We needed to have this conversation. Kevin, you were young then. Soccer was everything to you. I understand. But it was wrong, sis. I was thinking about the game when you were sick. Now you're thinking right. This is more important." Today, 2 years later, we have a very different family picture. I'm the youngest department director of the hospital chain. My own clinic is still operating. My financial situation is very good. My career is very successful. Kevin works as a youth team coordinator at LA Galaxy. Even though he doesn't play soccer, he's building a successful career in the soccer world. My parents now support both of us equally. They're proud of both my hospital achievements and Kevin's sports career. Most importantly, the injustice between us is over. Now we really support each other. Last week, my mother called me. "Sarah, relatives are coming next weekend. You come too? I want to introduce my daughter to them." "Of course, Mom, I'll come. This time you sit at the head of the table. You're now the family's greatest pride." Sitting at the head of the table, I could never have dreamed of it once. But now I had gained not only success, but also respect within the family. That weekend at the family gathering, in front of relatives, my mother said, "My daughter Sarah is a doctor. At 27, she has her own clinic and is a department director at a large hospital. We're very proud." And my father also added, "My son Kevin is also very successful. He works at LA Galaxy, studies sports management. We're very proud of both of them." For the first time, they were saying that they were equally proud of both of us. The relatives were very impressed. "Wow, Sarah, you've become very successful. How did you manage this at such a young age?" "I worked very hard, and my family supported me," I said. My family hadn't supported me during that period, but now they were supporting me. We couldn't change the past, but we could change the future. That evening, as I was driving home, I was very happy. The phone rang. Dr. Rodriguez was calling from England. "Sarah, how are you? How's the clinic going?" "Very well, Dr. Rodriguez. Both the clinic and my hospital work are very successful. I knew you would succeed. By the way, my work in England is finished. I'm coming back to the US. "Great. What are you thinking about the clinic?" "You've been very successful. Let the clinic be entirely yours." "I'll look after my own path now." This was incredible. The clinic would be completely mine. "Dr. Rodriguez, thank you. I couldn't have reached this point without you. You were already very talented, Sarah. I just gave you the opportunity." After hanging up, I thought, life is so strange. 2 years ago, when I was having surgery, nobody was by my side. My family had gone to Kevin's game. Now I'm both a successful doctor, have my own clinic, and my relationship with my family has improved. Most importantly, I now trust myself. I don't wait for approval from my family. I make my own decisions and live with the consequences. The most important lesson to be learned from this story is this: sometimes the value your family gives you doesn't reflect your real worth. What matters is knowing your own value and working for it. I was left alone when I had surgery, but this taught me to be strong. When my family didn't support me, I learned to stand on my own feet. Now I'm both successful and my relationship with my family is healthy because I no longer need their approval. This has made me stronger. If you're living in a similar situation, trust yourself. The value your family gives you doesn't define you. you create your own worth. And remember, sometimes our most difficult moments transform us into our strongest version. Don't forget to mention where you're watching from in the comments. If you've experienced such family stories, share your experiences. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks, and see you in the next video.